Hello, everyone. It's Matt Kendall here. It is the 24th of January, 2019. I kept saying 2018. But, it's the 24th of God. The 24th of January. It's today. It's always today. I'm just speaking with Jacqui Rosser. We've just actually been having a chat for about half an hour or so. As part of the IEMT certification, I offer some ongoing support because you go and do some case studies with your own clients, your own case studies, which are then submitted, which I go through. And we were just chatting about that and any extra questions you had. But I know several people are thinking about whether they want to come and do the IEMT workshop to either fit in with their coaching business or the therapy business, or because they just want to get into therapy overall. So just before I let Jacqui go, I've just got a few questions for her. So hello, Jacqui. How's your Happy New Year? We're not doing that anymore. How are you doing? All good?
Hi, Matt. How are you?
I'm good. So first of all, let's start off. How did you, because you did, like, the course was in October last year, 2018, wasn't it? I think it was like mid-October.
Yeah.
How did you know about me and IEMT prior to that?
Because several years ago, I attended a session in the church in Piccadilly. And at the time, I was experiencing problems when I was doing some public speaking. I was fairly new to public speaking at that time. And I noticed that partway through the session, my mouth would dry. And it reminded me, and I knew exactly where it stemmed from. And it had stemmed from a previous experience where I was put in a difficult position and my mouth completely dried up. My mouth glued itself together. It was a horrible experience. So when I saw you advertising, can't quite remember where I saw that.
It's probably a meetup, I should imagine.
Yeah, it probably could have been meetup. When I saw removing negative memories, it just hit the mark straight away. So I went to your workshop. And it had great results.
And that was the evening, like a 2-hour demonstration.
That's right. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was like a 2-hour workshop. Yeah.
Okay, and then
a lot of people. I remember there being a lot of people there.
Yeah, 60. Yeah. No, I do talks all around the UK at the moment. I did at the end of last year. I did like 3 nights in a row. I went to Sheffield and did to 70, then to Bristol to 140. And I'm doing Bristol again. I'm doing Bristol, Cardiff, Manchester, Brighton, and London over the next month or something. I need to really check these things. But yeah, I like doing. The thing is with IEMT, it's one of those things that you can explain what it's like. For those who don't have any idea of what it is, IEMT basically helps. Removing negative memories is not really the correct term. Basically, it helps to readdress and reprocess memory so you can see it from who you are today. It pulls you out the experience, as it were. So they've just become less significant. So it doesn't really influence your choices in the present. So that's what it is. And so it works really well with different coaching and therapy models. Sorry, I'm on a rubbish chair here. So you did that 2 years ago. You ignored me for 2 years, and then you saw that I was doing the actual workshop, and you came along to that. Like I say, that was at my clinic, one of the training rooms in London Bridge. So, what were your expectations of the weekend? What did you think? How did you enjoy it?
I wanted to learn more about IEMT because I had experienced for myself the power of it and how important it was. Because of the business that I'm trying to establish is to help women who've lived with an alcoholic. And of course, one of the issues is that there are lots of negative memories or things that you don't really want to hold on to. So that's what I was expecting to do. I was expecting to know how to do it more proficiently. Obviously, on the workshop, I learned how to do it, but it was much deeper. So that was my expectations. What other questions did you ask me?
So basically, what were your expectations? Did you kind of learn what you wanted to? What did you think of the material? What did you think about the whole experience, really?
The whole experience was incredibly useful, and I did learn what I wanted to, which was to learn more about it, to learn more about IEMT and how to apply it. That was important. I think when you're starting out with any new skill, you're always a bit like a toddler. You're taking baby steps, and you're not always quite sure what's the best way to go about it. But one of the good things is I can contact yourself, Matt, and also there's a few of us who've set up like a support group as well.
I've heard. I might come along actually. I'll come along when it's happening.
That'd be great. Yeah.
And what did you think about the style of teaching? Because I like to show something, then you do it. Show, do, and basically build that up over the 2 days. So how did you find that? How did you find that way of learning?
I think you have to do it. You have to experience it, and that's the best way of doing it is just showing how to do it. Modeling what's expected, and then putting it into practice. When you're doing it with other people, you get the feedback from them as well as to what is going on. So that did work.
And there was 13, 14 people when we did the actual. It's a 2-day workshop. It's a weekend.
Yeah.
And some of the changes that people were getting were just brilliant, weren't they? The actual personal changes, because some people want to go do it professionally. Some people just want to do it for themselves, for the weekend.
Yeah.
And some of the changes were just brilliant that people were actually achieving on the weekend, on themselves. Did you achieve any personal changes at all over the weekend, or?
That's a question that's put me on the spot a bit. I can't remember, to be honest. But I'm sure.
But you were there more to learn the skill to apply it as opposed to because some people were like attending to really work on themselves, but they don't want to go for long-term therapy. They want to learn what's going on and how to do it. So you've just completed your assessments with. So what happens? You actually go and do I asked you to do 2 sessions with 2 people. And you've just recently done that. You're actually working with more people now. So you put the stuff into practice in an environment where one person knew about IEMT, the other person didn't know anything at all. What was it like using it out in the real world?
Well, as I say, it was a bit scary, but that wasn't too much of a problem because I had my notes. I'd made lots of notes. I'd got the training manual. I just made sure that I was prepared beforehand, and just then went with what I experienced and what I saw in front of me. So yes, it worked. And from our discussions, I didn't do things 100% accurately, but still got results. And that was a good thing.
And I think you were saying before, just some people just really surprised at how fast the results they were achieving after doing different. And I don't want to belittle any form of therapy whatsoever, but sometimes therapy can take an awful long time, and you don't really achieve the kind of results that you kind of want. But so the people that you worked with, I know you're saying you've had thank you cards and things, which I never get, but the people who you've worked with were obviously very thankful and achieved some really good personal changes, didn't they?
Absolutely, yeah. And even I was amazed. And my second person that I worked with, the case study, at the end of it, she gave me a big hug. We were both actually in tears because we were both so emotional at the change that had happened to her. And I really felt for her. It was just incredible. It really was.
No, that's brilliant. What you should possibly think about doing as well is maybe doing I don't know if she wants to do a recording or a conversation with yourself like this. Because going forward now, as we just discussed, you're wanting to help women who've come out of relationships where they've been with an alcoholic, and because you wrote a book. What was your book called?
It's called Life After Living with an Alcoholic.
Life After Living with an Alcoholic.
Available on Amazon.
Available on Amazon. Which I think it is. It's really important to actually have something you actually want to specialize and niche in. And this is a very niche area. And hopefully you're now going to go use these tools that you've learned with IEMT to go and help create a lot of good change with the people who need it.
Absolutely. And I can't wait to help as many people as I can.
Fabulous. Let me ask you, what out of all the I wore the IEMT, I wore the training stuff. What is it that you like the most about IEMT as a whole? What's the thing that you really like the most about it?
I think what I really like is the impact it has on people, and it gives them results in a short space of time. They can see changes taking place almost immediately, and I think that's really important, that people can see change happening.
Let me just ask, because I know some people will be watching it going, impact and change. What does that mean? So without giving any personal details of the clients, but when you say change in people, what would you consider change to sort of be?
It's how people were feeling when they came into the session.
Yeah.
And when they walk out, they know that the memory that they had, or the feeling that they had that was stopping them from doing things, is no longer going to stop them. I hate to use it, it's overused, empowered.
And what
to replace it.
And what I completely get that. And the thing is, what I like about IEMT, it's not about positivity. It's not about trying to pump up those feelings of positivity.
No.
It's about working on the negative experiences and helping to dissolve them, release them, whatever term you want to use.
Yeah.
Rather than trying to, because anybody can, if somebody comes to see you for an hour and if you're going, you're the best, you can speak like that to anybody for an hour, they'll leave feeling great. It doesn't mean anything's changed.
Absolutely. And I think when people come back for the second session, know things have changed because they have done something differently.
Yeah.
And that's the proof of the pudding, isn't it?
Absolutely. Well, cool. Thank you very much, Jacqui, for your time. Obviously, you have any questions, you've got my email and stuff. Let me know when your meetings are going to be with your little groups.
Yes.
And I will try and come down. And it's really great. Quite a few people who did the weekend are now certified, which is brilliant. So go and tell people about IEMT, and I will speak to you soon.
All right then. Take care. Thanks.